Wake Up Crew.
WGNS.
Wake up, sunshine. Open up your sleepy eyes for me.
This is the Wake Up Crew with John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Wake Up Crew. I got to turn my volume up. I can't hear myself.
Huh?
I can't hear myself. You can't hear me either?
What?
Hello? Hello, hello.
I can hear you just fine.
Good morning. It's Thursday. That's right, February 20th. This is episode 1598. Two more shows, and we're going to be at 1600.
Wow.
I wonder if people really care. We announce that every day, but do people really care?
Probably not.
So
I like it.
Well, you do? Why?
Mm-hmm. Just shows the
endurance.
the volume of what our listeners have had to endure for now 1,598 shows.
I would think that would be bad news for them. I mean, I've been listening to this thing for 1,598 shows.
Well, they do choose.
Well, yeah, I guess they do. They've got plenty of stations, competition.
We don't want them to tell. We don't tell them that.
We got a lovely compliment from a young lady at Blackman the other night.
Yeah, Riley
Green.
Green. Yep.
Yeah.
Riley Green.
Oh, you got her name down there.
I did write it down
To
because I have a bad memory.
well, if we ever have anybody that comes up and says they like our show, we put them in the Wake Up Crew Hall of Fame.
That's right.
If you've endured the shows and you like them, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Riley may run for president of the Hall of Fame.
Well, she's the only one in the Hall of Fame that I know of. Brett Rigsby would be in the Hall of Fame, and Daryl Rigsby would be in the Hall of Fame because they're ardent listeners. In fact, they tell us when we make mistakes.
You mean
They critique us.
Brett's brother, Daryl?
Yeah, no.
Or son. That's right, son. Brett's,
no.
Daryl's
Daryl
son
and
is
Brett are brothers.
Yeah.
Brett is not Daryl's son.
Oh.
Okay. And so.
Just looking at him, though, I mean, I just.
Okay, and then when you meet him in person and you get scared, you tell a lie, say I said it. Okay, I've got proof on the podcast now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, no way you get out of it. City Teacher Workdays, March 13th. Man, they have a lot of work days. I like that. I wish I had it when I was, in the business. And County Parent Teacher Conferences, March 17th. That's the biggie. March 17th, Parent Teacher Conference. That's the one where you go, little Bobby, struggling,
So is that when it's determined that they may not make it?
It's getting close. April, May, because the next time you get a report card, it's the end of the year. This is the last report card before the end one.
Oh, wow.
So, you better tell them. There'll be
Shape
no
up or
school
ship
on
out.
that parent-teacher conference day either.
Was that a normal thing before?
No, we've never done that, as far as I know.
Huh.
We used to do it after school, 3 to 6.
So now it's done during the day?
I think so. Any part of the day.
Wow.
Yeah. Spring break is March 31st. Looking forward to that. I know everybody is, and that's going to run through April 4th. And today is Throwback Thursday. I don't know what we're going to throw back at 2, but, maybe you'll do some basketball tournament history since we're in the, heart of basketball season.
I guess we
I'll
could
throw
do
that out there. Maybe do a little research between now and 7 o'clock.
Oh, if I've got to work, I don't want to do that.
That's probably true. Weather-wise, going to be cold.
Stupid cold.
No, I hate that. Why are you using that?
I like that.
That's stupid cold.
Yeah, it's stupid cold.
Well, it's really cold.
Do you remember Paul Hagen? He was Channel 4 meteorologist, did mornings.
Yeah.
He used to use the terminology stupid cold.
Oh, so you stole that again? Another term you've stolen. Okay. Well, now it makes sense to me.
Well, it just.
Do you know if they had prison terms for stealing people's ideas and thoughts and phrases,
steal
you'd
words.
be in life in prison. It'd be lifetime.
See, I started a trend.
What do you mean?
Well, the Consolidated Utility District actually did a little graphic on their Facebook page, and it said, like WGNS and Rutherford Weather says, stupid cold, something like that. So even they used it. It's catchy.
How about really cold?
It's past really cold.
Oh, it's stupid cold.
It's stupid cold.
I don't get it. Well, it is cold.
I mean,
we do know that.
Single digits tonight? Are you nuts?
You better leave some water running. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I left the water running in the bathroom in the studio today.
Yeah, it's running.
Oh, it is? Okay.
We have to make sure. I mean, if it's 32 degrees or below, we have to run the water.
But, I mean, I washed my hands a while ago. Did you check it after I washed my hands?
No, I didn't.
So, I don't want to be held responsible for it. That's for sure.
I have to shut off the bathroom.
The wrath comes down. All right, it's a Thursday morning. Glad you're with us this morning. Drive safely out there. It's 6:17.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. A cold weather advisory continues early today, then goes in effect once again late tonight. Cloudiness early today, sunshine for this afternoon. Highs top out near 24 degrees. Wind chills early could get below zero. Winds north-northwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. And then tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies, diminishing winds and lows drop to 8 above. I'm Phil Jensko with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now it's 15.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Hi, I'm Wade Hayes, owner of Toots Good Food and Fun. I strongly believe that volunteers make a positive difference in the quality of life here in our community.
Kathy Taylor with Meals on Wheels is our Toots Outstanding Volunteer. A listener says Miss Kathy is a longtime volunteer with Meals on Wheels. Her contributions are invaluable and deeply appreciated. I'm no longer able to get out, and she gives me a much-needed connection to the outside world. Kathy Taylor told WGNS, I love helping others, and I really love the people I see.
At Toots, we strongly believe that it's important for every one of our citizens to give some of their time and talent back into the community. And we want to honor these individuals with a Toots gift certificate good at any of our Rutherford County locations. 860 Northwest Broad Street, on Church Street in the Barfield area, in Smyrna on Sam Ridley, and Toots West on Franklin Road at Rucker Lane.
Murfreesboro Funeral Home and Cremation Services.
The death of a loved one, probably one of the hardest times in their life they have to go through.
Keith Stapleton, manager of the Murfreesboro Funeral Home.
It's our job to see them through that.
Visit murfreesborofuneralhome.com.
From brakes and alignments to new tires and wheels, Tire World, locally owned and operated in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and Laverne.
Tire World, we keep your family rolling.
Online at tireworld.us.
Back in 1985, when Toots first opened, there were very few restaurants in this town. We've seen hundreds of them come and go, and yet we are still so blessed to be in business and be doing business here in Rutherford County.
This is Nick Hayes with Toots Restaurants. After 40 years, we still got them. $6.99 daily lunch specials. Stop by Toots.com and check them out.
Thank you for dining with us since 1985.
Thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you for dining with us for 40 years.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
The Los Angeles Lakers fall to the Charlotte Hornets 100-97. Charlotte improves to 5-19 on the road. In the win, Miles Bridges had 29 points. LaMelo Ball had 27. Former Laker, after the rescinded trade back to Charlotte, Mark Williams had 10 in 29 minutes of action. LeBron James had 26 points to lead Los Angeles. He also added 11 assists and 2 blocks. Luka Doncic in 33 minutes of action was 5 for 18 from the floor, 1 for 9 from 3, 14 points on the night, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. 15th-ranked Missouri upset 4th-ranked Alabama 110-98. 17th-ranked Kentucky beat Vanderbilt 82-61. 10th-ranked St. John's beat DePaul 82-58. And the number one team in the nation will remain that way. The Auburn Tigers stave off Arkansas and John Calipari 67-60 in SEC play.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
21 minutes after the hour, John and Brian with you this morning. We're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Take charge of your account and energy usage with the MyMTE app. Download it from the App Store to manage your account and enhance your energy habits. MTE serving to make life better since 1936. Again, we mentioned John and Brian with you this morning. Dalton is on leave. He'll be back on Monday. And we're kind of in a regular routine now. Not a lot, no summer camps, no Christmas, no, we're kind of in a steady flow now.
Yeah, for a little bit. That'll take us. I mean, summer's not too far away.
Spring break may be a problem for him.
I'm not sure.
And other things that are happening in his life.
Right.
So, we'll see.
Somewhere around May. That's going to get interesting.
We're in the midst of tournament basketball, and that's going to continue, but we'll talk about that probably tomorrow, give you a little more update on all that. You got anything else you want to talk about before I go to the song of the day?
No, I think we're good. I'll just keep a check on the website because schedules are changing.
Yeah.
All the time.
All right. Well, our song of the day. Oh, no. We're still on this.
Of course. It's the whole week.
Top Russell the Chicken songs on his new album. And people, if you don't know who Russell the Chicken is, you're better off just not knowing. Don't worry about it. We won't explain it to you, but
he's very famous for being on this show and now has a musical career.
Well, he has a career. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's very musical or not.
He's very popular out there. Here's a cover of Like a Prayer. Sing along now.
Oh, I'd rather hear the chicken.
His name is Russell.
Living on a Prayer?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we're calling him by his first name now. Okay. All right. Song of the day.
Listen at this harmony.
Who are they? Who are the backup singers?
Russell's Chicks.
I just think I'll let it play on out, really. Johnny and Melissa Kincaid are today's Good Neighbor of the Day for keeping Bud's Tire, a locally owned and operated business. Here's wishing them much success as the new owners. Johnny and Melissa Kincaid will receive flowers from Jenny Harrison and the family over at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio WGNS. And Melissa, she used to teach for me and was at Walter Hill, but at Lascassas, so congratulations to them.
Absolutely. And send in your good neighbors, text neighbor to our number and get them into us.
All right, it's 6:24 here on the Wake Up Crew.
The residents at Stones River Manor love the activities and the environment.
They have everything. They have exercise class. The activity center has the Bible study that I like very much. Everyone is so friendly. They really want to make you happy here.
Stones River Manor, serving the community since 1977.
And you have the little thing around your neck that you can press a button if you need help right away. I feel very safe here.
Stones River Manor in Murfreesboro, near the intersection of Haynes Drive and Memorial Boulevard.
Murfreesboro firefighters are going door to door to ensure that everyone is counted in the special census. Every resident means more funding for roads, schools, and emergency services. Up to $3.5 million more each year. So don't wait. Fill out the mailer you received or visit murfreesborocensus.com. That's murfreesborocensus.com. Every name matters, including yours. Help us help Murfreesboro. Fill out your special census form today. murfreesborocensus.com.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Dudley. Continue to use caution while traveling this morning. The Arctic air that moved in behind this week's winter weather has led to refreezing on several roads. You may not be able to easily see the ice in some areas. Officials say we could register record lows this week with dangerous Arctic air. Forecasters with the National Weather Service say Friday morning a clear sky will make temperatures even colder. Air temperatures drop into the single digits for many areas. The Tennessee Valley Authority, along with local electric providers, are asking Tennesseans to conserve energy where possible. This means avoiding the use of major appliances and setting your home heat below 70 degrees. TVA is making the appeal to both residential and business customers. TVA says they're working to meet the demand during the dangerously cold overnight and morning hours. The time frame where the energy demand is the highest is between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. The energy reduction call is for today and tomorrow morning. Daytime temperatures will improve over the weekend. More news in 30 seconds.
Chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., absent.
Julio M., absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs like food, transportation, and health care.
Olivia H., absent.
Preston L., absent.
But site coordinators from communities and schools connect kids to the resources they need so they show up prepared and ready to learn.
Jacob O., present.
Visit communitiesandschools.org. Being present matters.
Metro Nashville Police are introducing the newest member of the force, and you might just get the chance to meet him. Ross is the first ever Clydesdale to be accepted to the Mounted Patrol around Nashville. Police say he's 3 years old and has come directly from Mounted Patrol training in Texas. You'll likely see Ross in downtown streets and large events, including festivals. Ross was donated to the force by Giving Matters. Will Nunley, Access Tennessee News.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
627, we've got Good Neighbor events coming up. Rewind is on the way. Another check of the weather and our first look at traffic in minutes. That's around 6:34. We've got a lot of traffic to look at today. And today, things kind of refroze what wasn't melted the day before. So let's be careful out there.
Yeah,
okay,
back roads
could be a little treacherous. We also, I want to talk a little bit this morning about the Saturday Night Live. Did you see Saturday Night Live? The 50th?
Did not see any of it. No.
Wow, where were you at?
I was going to start it, and then I didn't. I got busy.
It had some interesting stuff on it. A lot of people criticize it because there wasn't enough looking back at the past. But I thought it had a pretty cool blend of, past and new. And they had Dan Aykroyd did not show up. Dana Carvey wasn't there. That brought up some controversy. People, you can't do anything now without causing controversy.
Oh, no.
I mean, they may have had something to, they were busy, couldn't get there. But everybody's all in uproar, that they did that. So, but there were Will Ferrell was in it, and Eddie Murphy was great.
Was he really?
He was great, and I wouldn't even expected him to be. He was the one I was expecting not to show up, but he was in a skit where he Tracy Morgan on. He impersonated Tracy Morgan.
Oh, did he?
On Black Jeopardy, I think, and he sounded more like Tracy Morgan than Tracy Morgan does. It was really funny, and I couldn't get over it. Eddie's looking old though. Eddie's getting some age on him a little bit, but it was cute, and they did the Lawrence Welk thing. Here's Janice, that kind of thing. So it was pretty good, but really long. I mean, it was really probably
3.5
too long.
hours, I think.
Yeah, it was really probably too long, but I guess they said we're going to do it right and get everybody in there.
Was it at Radio City Music Hall or something? Or?
I'm not sure. I think maybe. I thought it was in the studio there, but I don't think that studio is big enough, so I'm not really sure. I can't answer that question.
And it was all live,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So pretty good.
Putting all that together had to be a nightmare.
Yeah. In fact, they had done, I think, reruns on Saturday Night Live for about 3 weeks there, getting ready for that. And also in the news, the draft is coming up in April, and the Titans are really, really. Oh, what are they going to do?
That's all that's all sports radio can talk about here in the area.
Will they pick Carter, the defensive end, Hunter, the wide receiver, or will they pick one of the two quarterbacks that's there, or will they trade down?
Someone was making a good point with that. If you trade down and say, well, we're going to take a quarterback next year because it'll be a better quarterback draft, you're also telling everyone that we're going to be bad again. Does that make sense? Like, you need a quarterback, and if you trade down thinking you're going to get a higher pick next year at quarterback, what are you going to do for this next year?
Well, they're going to have to find somebody on the free agent market or something. So,
well, I keep hearing Aaron Rodgers.
Nah, I don't know about that one. I can't see him in a rebuild. He's only got a year or two left probably. So,
yeah, but they're saying bring in Aaron Rodgers, trade down, get a quarterback next year. Well, there's no guarantee that you're going to have a high enough pick unless you're just going to
tank again.
Yeah. Which is highly possible. It's the Titans, you know.
Whoa, that was cold. I think on that note, we probably need to go to Today in History.
Turn to Turner Security.
Pretty controversial today.
They stink.
Wow. In 1944, Batman and Robin comic strip premieres in newspapers.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
They didn't have that theme song in 1944, but
probably not.
I catch your drift. 1952, The African Queen, film directed by John Huston, stars Humphrey Bogart and Kathy Hepburn, is released in the U.S. 1960, Katharine Hepburn. I don't know Kathy that well. 1962, John Glenn becomes the first American to orbit the Earth aboard Friendship 7. He did that later on. He went in space again, didn't he, at age 80?
He was on the space shuttle, yeah.
In 1993, Florida Marlins opened their first spring training camp in 1993. 2016 U.S. primary election, South Carolina Republican primary. Donald Trump wins with 32.5% of the vote. Well, that seems like such a long time ago.
Oh, boy.
In 2016, 4-inch lock of John Lennon's hair sells at $35,000 to a memorabilia collector at an auction.
Whatever gets you through the night. It's all right. It's all right.
You have to have unbelievable amount of money to spend $35,000 on a lock of John Lennon's hair.
Yeah, I have a lock of Bobby's hair when she was a baby.
Oh, really?
In my lockbox.
What do you think that'll go for?
I don't know. She thinks it's gross.
Oh.
But I saved it.
Yeah, probably so. All right, we've got coming up, it's Rewind with Brandon Brooks. It's 6:33.
This is CBS Rewind.
February 20th, 1976. Kiss had their footprints captured in cement in front of Grumman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. This date in 1982.
Now you tell me there's a vigilante out there.
The release of the action sequel.
He killed 9 people in New York City.
Death Wish 2.
The people he killed were muggers.
Starring Charles Bronson.
He became a hero.
And February 20th, 2007. Britney Spears checked into rehab. She checked out the next day. I'm Brandon Brooks, and that's Rewind.
And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. With Progressive, this has been a Progressive ad from Progressive. See if you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. A cold weather advisory continues early today, then goes in effect once again late tonight. Cloudiness early today, sunshine for this afternoon. Highs top out near 24 degrees. Wind chills early could get below zero. Winds north-northwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. And then tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies, diminishing winds and lows drop to 8 above. I'm Phil Jensko with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now it's 15.
Good morning. Just a couple of overnight accidents that were in their clearing stages as of a few minutes ago. Still looks good right now on all the major inbound routes. Normally this time of the morning it would already be heavy on 24 westbound up through the Antioch area coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. We're still concerned about some of these back roads here in certain parts of Middle Tennessee this morning, so be careful as traffic tries to pick up 65 south at Trinity Lane. Hey, Prince's Hot Chicken has that karaoke tonight at the Tanger location. For more information about this and to see that menu, log on to princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by AmeriCare Pest Control and the law offices of John Day.
I've got pests, bees, buzzing rodents running all through my house. Ants chewing wood, and look, there's a mouse. I'm overrun with pests, but you're gonna be sure, safe and secure. It's the last rites for those pests. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated. Call us today. 893-7111.
Now, WGNS Good Neighbor Events. Hey, did you get a new computer or a smartphone for Christmas? Well, if you did and you're still having some challenges with it, head over to one of the Rutherford County Public Library locations. They will help you learn how to operate that smartphone. And over at the library's Technology and Engagement Center, the Tech Center, they're even offering free computer classes. For more information, check with your Rutherford County Public Library system. Well, this coming weekend is your final opportunity to see the play that went wrong. It's over at the Springhouse Theater in Smyrna. This coming weekend, last chance. As we begin our celebration of our nation's 250th anniversary, the Colonel Hardy Murphy chapter invites you to the marker rededication ceremony for Revolutionary War Patriot Captain William Beatty. And this will be at the Beatty Farm, right there at 5331 Baker Road. 2 o'clock this coming Saturday at the Beatty Farm. There will be a reception at the conclusion of the ceremony. 2 o'clock Saturday at the Beatty Farm. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
You know, everyone has a more. First, it's a pony. Then to be on the cheer squad. Your more grows up just like you do. But your more can still carry you away or make you cheer. At First Bank, banking local gets you more. More of our time, more access to local bankers, more flexibility, and more product choices. Because getting more empowered and confident helps you pursue your more. That never grows old. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
Are you shopping for lights?
We got it!
Doors?
We got it.
Flooring?
We got it!
Furniture?
We got it here at the Habitat Restore. 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Remember, we got it today, but it may be gone tomorrow.
Find it at the Restore, yeah. We got it at the Habitat Restore.
The Habitat Restore at 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
The Blue Raiders fan source for officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear is Raider Tees, located at 910 Ridgely Road, behind Chewy's, just off Broad Street.
Time to get out in the cold in style with officially licensed Middle Tennessee stocking caps, coats, jackets, sweats, scarves, and more. If it's blue and white with the Middle Tennessee logo, you can bet the best selection in town is at Raider Tees.
Raider Tees by Ideas Tees, 910 Ridgely Road, off Broad between Chewy's and Chili's.
Fellas, if you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low testosterone. Don't wait. Get checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results with testosterone therapy, or TRT. And for established patients, they offer the convenience of physician-monitored at-home TRT with advanced personalized plans that include both lab testing and self-inject medication. Low T Center makes it easy, shipping directly to your door. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
This is the Wake Up Crew with John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
It's time for the dad joke of the day. Oh, nice guy.
Well, let's see. 1 thumbs down and 2 thumbs up this week, I think, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think.
Or did we change that thumbs down because of a
You didn't like the buffalo hiding in a tree.
No, yeah, that was it. Okay, so you're here on a Thursday with a chance to recoup and get it back in the winning thumbs up.
Oh, well, we'll see, I guess. You know, I met a lumberjack over the weekend, and he told me that he cut down 1,718 trees. And I was like, how do you know how many trees you cut down? Apparently, he keeps a log.
Give it a thumbs up. Dalton's not here to make any problems, so it wasn't fabulous. That's what I hate about thumbs up and thumbs down. It doesn't really give you a true setting of what you really did. You know, I would have said if it was on a scale of 1 to 10, I would have given it a 6.
Oh.
You know, which would be above the average, but not that great.
Your jokes are amazing.
So does it matter? No, because your jokes are amazing. It's 6:41 here. Man on the Street Newsmakers coming up at 6:46. It's the Wake Up Crew. Good morning out there, everybody.
CBS News Brief. Hearts shatter in Israel after Hamas releases the bodies of 4 more hostages.
This is so sad and painful how this really ends.
The remains now at a forensic center in Tel Aviv, believed to include a mother and her 2 young sons. The Kremlin cheers as President Trump issues a new rebuke of Ukrainian President Zelensky. The BBC's Steve Rosenberg from Moscow.
There was an American President, Joe Biden, who called Vladimir Putin a murderous dictator, to a situation where we have an American President, Donald Trump, who now calls the president of Ukraine a dictator.
Police in Houston say they've stopped 2 teenaged girls who were planning a mass casualty attack at their high school. There's a Senate confirmation vote today for Kash Patel, President Trump's pick to head the FBI. CBS's Scott McFarlane from Capitol Hill.
Republican opposition to Patel's nomination never galvanized, never crystallized. He seemed on a fast track to confirmation from the start.
CBS News Brief.
Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office is investigating a series of auto burglaries that occurred on Oak Knoll Court in the early hours of February 15, 2025. 2 unidentified suspects accessed unlocked vehicles, stealing items linked to other crimes. Authorities urge residents to review security footage for individuals carrying backpacks between midnight and 6 a.m. A surveillance video from Alberto Drive at 5 a.m. captured suspects in the area. Anyone with information is asked to contact Detective Jesse Gamble at 615-904-3051 or email ggamble@rcsotn.org. Meanwhile, a Murfreesboro couple faces 20 child-related sex charges in a 5-day trial beginning July 28, 2025. 33-year-old Benjamin Garlick, a traveling evangelist, is charged with aggravated rape of a child, sexual battery, and soliciting sexual exploitation of a minor. His wife, 31-year-old Shanal Garlick, faces facilitation of aggravated rape and aggravated child abuse under Haley's Law. Garlick, known for preaching across multiple states, was arrested in March of 2024. Authorities urge potential victims to come forward, particularly within the Hispanic community. A status hearing is set for July 24, 2025, while Chantal Garlick remains free on bond. Benjamin Garlick remains in custody at the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center. That's all for now. If you're looking for more local news in a quick and digestible format, but want more than just the headlines, be sure to check out the Rutherford Roundup podcast, and that's available on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and our website, WGNSradio.com. I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and I'll talk to you later.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
In retirement, it's all about income. Your money, making money, and you're not spending down your principal. That's the way we do it at Retirement Income Solutions. So if you're spending down your principal or your money's not making money, keeping you ahead of inflation, check us out today at risolutions.net. risolutions.net. And make sure to join us Saturdays at noon and Sunday afternoons at 1 for Retirement Income Solutions Radio with Nathan Cox and Lindsay Cotter.
Here's Dr. Craig McCabe at McCabe Vision Center.
We now have good treatments for vision with cataract surgery, so now you can see well near, intermediate, and far distances without glasses.
Dr. Craig McCabe.
What we can do not only to make you see younger, but help you to look younger and get rid of sun damage and other problems to our skin.
McCabe Vision Center on Heritage Park Drive, just off Memorial, behind SunTrust Bank.
This is John at L&K Trophy. We have a wide assortment of plaques. We have colored tumblers that we can engrave. They work great for gifts. We also offer other options for plaques. So if it's plaques you're looking for, come down to L&K Trophy. We're able to etch glasses and wine glasses. L&K Trophy can engrave just about anything. This is John at L&K Trophy House, 1115 Memorial Boulevard, just down from Smith Brothers Car Wash.
Franklin's Printworks has been in Murfreesboro for over 25 years. We are a full-service commercial printer, everything from business cards, brochures, booklets to banners. My name is Jeff Carlton. I handle sales and marketing for Franklin's Printworks. We hear a lot people who have been working with printers on the internet, had issues, and they know that if we're working with someone local, that A, they know where to find us, and B, they know that we'll take care of it because we have to take care of our neighbors. Our website is franklinsprinting.org.
First Shot, growing in Christ with life and athletic skills.
So we teach God's Word at everything we do to implant it in them so that they understand that the only way to get through the world is with God on their side.
First Shot founder and executive director Andy Herzer.
Our focus is on our inner city here at Patterson Park.
From academics to athletics, First Shot's focus is toward building a stronger, more courageous spirit to face opportunities and obstacles that our youth confront every day. To find out more about First Shot, go to firstshottn.org.
Man on the Street Newsmakers, brought to you by Old National Bank in Murfreesboro.
In today's changing world, you need a financial planner that you're comfortable with. Rely on the bonds that you've built with trusted friends at Old National Bank on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard here in the borough. And if you just moved here, visit us and enjoy warm, homemade cookies.
Honey, the cookies are ready.
Like Grandma used to make. Old National Bank. We're better together.
2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank. Member FDIC.
How important is it to stay active?
You hear people use the term use it or lose it, but definitely the patients that I see that try to remain active in some way.
Dr. Russell McKissick from TOA.
Doing something to get your heart rate up, doing something to keep your muscles moving can definitely slow what time does to your body. And I've seen people that even though had bad knees or hips on x-ray, still were able to continue to stay functional because they kept at it. We do know that a joint that's in motion is a healthier joint, so even if you got a bad looking x-ray or you've got some wear in certain areas, sometimes staying active kind of keeps that joint a little healthier. Do the best you can to find something. Every body's body is different, so the more you use your muscles, the more you can slow the decline of weakness, the more you can keep your body stronger, longer, keep your bones stronger, all those things that we're looking to avoid sort of wear and tear issues that we have down the road, trying to slow that as much as possible. Just in general, our bodies don't burn our calories as quickly as we get older, and so it becomes more difficult to manage your weight as well. The healthier a joint is, the stronger your muscles, sort of the more you use a joint, the ligaments and tendons are more compliant. Like I said earlier, a joint in motion is a healthier joint, and so keeping those active does seem to decrease our risks.
Information you need on WGNS, focusing on the importance of staying active.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Crew. It's 6:48 here. John and Brian with you on this very cold Thursday morning. Man, I'm telling you, it's cold.
How cold is it?
Stupid cold.
Yeah, I like
stupid
that.
cold.
Where'd you hear that?
Some weirdo on the internet. Hey, Vince Gill's going to have a summer tour. Do you know that?
I did not.
Do you realize he's been singing for 50 years?
Oh, I can imagine.
He started when he was 17. He's 67 now. And he's been with the Eagles, of course, over the last few years. But this time, he's going to mark 50 years, and he's been performing music professionally. And he's celebrating by going on an extensive tour that will culminate in a 4-night residency at the Ryman Auditorium.
Wow.
He'll also be paying numerous other prestigious spots on the tour, such as the Fox Theater in Atlanta and New York's Beacon Theater. I'm thinking that might be a good thing to go see. It's going to be 4 nights at the Ryman. Ryman's kind of easy to get to. It's downtown.
Yeah.
Got to find a parking garage, and you're good at finding parking garages.
Am I?
Yeah. I remember when I had the surgery and I couldn't walk, and you dropped me off, and then you were gone for like 30 minutes finding a parking place and came back. Making it extra special is the all-star 8-piece band he's assembled, and with the legendary Jim Moose Brown on keys, Wendy Moten, Andy Dunlap on steel guitar, Don Bukovac, and Jeff White. So a lot of that's going to be nice.
Wonder if Amy's going to be around.
Maybe she might make a surprise little thing. But I think this is all his hits, all of his stuff.
Do you think it's a swan song?
No, I don't think so. I just think it's a moneymaker.
Yeah.
Celebrate 50 years and make some money in the process.
I mean,
those aren't huge venues. The Ryman's not a huge venue, but it's, he'll pack them all.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
it's just like Garth Brooks retired and then 10 years later got bored, I guess.
Went on the road.
Went on the road again.
And that's pretty amazing that because he's that well known and still loved that much that he was able to get back without having a hit record.
I know.
In 10 years. It's just like, and I don't know that he's had a hit record, has he?
And sellouts.
Yeah. But I don't think he's had a hit record, has he?
I don't know when the last one.
Yeah.
Last Garth Brooks hit record.
Oh, you're going to look that up?
I'm very interested to see. His most recent album, Time Traveler, released November of 2023, part of a 7-disc box set called The Limited Series.
Are the old songs on it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He had a Christmas album with Trisha Yearwood in 2016. Had one in 2020 called Fun. So,
but not really a true hit single. I don't think.
I don't think so.
But he still packs the place. He's reached that other level. You know, there are certain levels that you reach, and he's reached that level that he can just go out and have a concert and bam.
He did. He's got Rodeo Man that he did a duet with Ronnie Dunn of Brooks and Dunn in 2023 that apparently was pretty big, and one with Trisha Yearwood in 2020. So,
well, you know, I don't really keep up with country music as much as I used to. I just know Morgan Wallen and all the ones that the young people, all those they like.
Oh, Morgan Wallen's like, he's got quite the cult following almost.
Yeah. And he's starting to be old news. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of people coming
Chris
in.
Stapleton.
Yeah.
He's kind of old news.
Yeah, really.
Jelly Roll. He's kind of
big
hot
now. Yeah. Jelly Roll's big. Yeah. And an all right, good guy.
That's what I hear.
Let's say happy birthday to some people this morning, Brian.
Anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
Who'd you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking of Gale Gordon, who was born in 1906. He was an American actor and comedian. He played in Our Miss Brooks, and he was on The Lucy Show.
Here's Lucy.
The Lucy Show.
Lucille Ball.
There was I Love Lucy, then there was The Lucy Show, then there was Here's Lucy, and then Life with Lucy. That was the last one, and he was in all of those except I Love Lucy.
Really?
Yeah. Pulled him out of retirement for Life with Lucy. It only lasted about 10 episodes. It was not very good. I
Really?
think, well, she was in her 80s or 75 or something by that time. So she played a grandmother. All right. Excuse me.
Oh, my goodness.
Robert Altman choked me up. 1925, American screenwriter, producer, and director. Of course, he was the producer of the movie MASH and also Nashville, which was a big hit in the 70s. 1927, Sidney Poitier, a Bahamian American actor, first black actor to win Oscar for Best Picture. In 1947, Peter Strauss, American actor, The Jericho Mile, and Rich Man, Poor Man. I think that was in 1976. Big, you know, it was like Roots. Then Rich Man, Poor Man came after that. That's where Nick Nolte got his big start.
Was that a TV series?
TV movie.
Oh, movie.
Well, it was like 4 parts.
Gotcha.
For like four weeks. Charles Barkley was born in 1983. Kurt Cobain in 1967. And in 1988, Rihanna. And that's a look at celebrity birthdays. Here are the local birthdays for today. David White, Joseph Pitts, Terry Beasley, Tim Renshaw, Bobby Hillis, and Pam Melendez.
Those are the names we have right now. Call or text in to add names to the Slick Pig Barbecue Birthday Club, 615-893-1450. And today is National Cherry Pie Day and Love Your Pet Day.
Oh, well,
That's
you know
every
what
day
pet
for
we're
me.
loving. Yeah, that sure is. Boy, that's sickening. 6:55.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. A cold weather advisory continues early today, then goes in effect once again late tonight. Cloudiness early today, sunshine for this afternoon. Highs top out near 24 degrees. Wind chills early could get below 0. Winds north-northwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. And then tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies, diminishing winds and lows drop to 8 above. I'm Phil Jensko with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now it's 15.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, MTE has provided light, comfort, and connection to our community since 1936. As your trusted energy advisor, MTE is always here to help. Connect online or download the My MTE app.
Good morning. Some of these back road side streets are still snow covered and may have frozen last night, so give yourself extra travel time. You have to get out into all this. It's still moving right now on all the major inbound routes. Normally it'd be heavy right now, 65 south at Trinity Lane. We would also see heavy traffic trying to get out of Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. That looks good right now, 24 westbound from 840 all the way up into Antioch. Prince's Hot Chicken has karaoke tonight at the Tanger location. For more information, log on to their website today. Check out that menu, princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
From News Radio WGNS, it's your Snow Patrol report.
Rutherford County and Murfreesboro City Schools are closed on Thursday. The city's ESP Open added inclement weather sites. More at WGNSradio.com.
We are together almost every day, keeping people's hair from looking like hay. Oh yeah, those were those hairy days. Hello, this is Charlie Pitts, home of the non-smoking hairstyle and salon. Come on down.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, you won't find crazy promotions with pages of requirements. You won't find endless phone trees with computer voices. You won't find an out-of-state bank focused on turning a profit. Instead, we help when others won't. We've been doing that for our community since we started in a pencil factory in Shelbyville almost 70 years ago. If you're tired of big banks, it's time to try your local...
Calling all Dutton fans, we're going back to 1923.
He wants to take this place from us.
It's a brand new season of the Yellowstone prequel starting this weekend after a 2-year hiatus.
My family is in danger.
I changed a lot just as a person over those 2 years.
There's Brandon Sklenar back as Spencer Dutton, a battle-damaged World War I vet. He told me the show has a very personal connection for him.
My great-grandfather was in World War I, and
wow.
When I shot the World War I scenes, I had postcards that he had written my great-great-grandmother in my pocket the whole time. I definitely felt like he was with me in some sense.
New episodes of 1923 roll out on Paramount Plus Sunday. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. With Progressive... This has been a Progressive ad from Progressive. See if you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
6:58 on the Wake Up Crew. Can you believe that the 6 o'clock hour is over?
It flew by like a blink.
Oh, man. Stay tuned. We're going to take a little nap, come back after the news, and we'll have the second hour of the Wake Up Crew. And Johnny and Melissa Kincaid are today's Good Neighbor of the Day for keeping Bud's Tire locally owned and operated. Here's wishing them much success as the new owners. That's Johnny and Melissa Kincaid, and they're going to receive flowers from the family over at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio WGNS.
Well, that's today's Good Neighbor of the Day. You can help us out by sending in a good neighbor. Text neighbor to 615-893-1450. Just that singular word, and you'll get a reply. Just tap on the link, fill out the information. You can also go to WGNSradio.com/good neighbor to get in a good neighbor of the day. Also, birthdays and anniversaries, we're taking those too. 615-893-1450. Hit us up.
When Murfreesboro firefighters knock, they're helping our city by conducting the census. If you haven't filled out the census form, do it today. Return the mailer you received or go online to murfreesborocensus.com. More people counted means more funding for roads, schools, and safety services.
You're listening to News Radio WGNS.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, flagship station for MTSU Sports. Courthouse clock time, 7 o'clock.
Hostage bodies returned.
One of the saddest days of my 40 years in Israel.
A Trump-Zelensky war of words.
A dictator without elections.
The question many travelers are asking.
Is it safe to fly?
Good morning, I'm Peter King with the CBS World News Roundup. A convoy carrying the bodies of 4 Israelis who died in captivity has arrived in Tel Aviv after the remains were released by Hamas. CBS's Deborah Patta is in East Jerusalem.
Under a grim Gaza sky, 4 coffins on display. Hamas says they are the bodies of Oded Lifshitz and the Bibas family, Shiri and her 2 young boys, Ariel and Kafir. They were abducted on October 7. Hamas claims they were killed in an Israeli air raid in November 2023. Israel has not officially confirmed their deaths and says it may take as long as 48 hours to identify them.
Ukraine is no longer just fighting Russia. President Vladimir Zelensky is fighting a very public war of words with President Trump, who's doubled down on his attacks on Zelensky. Here's CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
I love Ukraine, but Zelensky has done a terrible job.
Speaking Wednesday night at a Saudi investor conference in Florida, President Trump sharply criticized Ukraine's leader, blaming Volodymyr Zelensky for starting the war with Russia.
President Zelensky talked the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that basically couldn't be won.
The U.S. has spent just $183 billion so far. And the president's decision to call Zelensky a dictator came just hours before he referred to himself as the king. Democrats are furious.
Make no mistake, right now the Kremlin is overjoyed by what Donald Trump is saying and what he's doing.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered $50 billion in cuts for the next year, 8% per year over the next 5 years. Some money can be redirected to Trump administration priorities, such as border control and an Iron Dome defense system. CBS's Erica Brown says the IRS is cutting back too.
CBS News has learned more than 6,000 IRS workers are expected to be terminated by the end of the week. About 3,500 of them are expected to be probationary hires who, quote, were not deemed as critical to tax filing season.
President Trump says congestion pricing for drivers in New York City is going away. These drivers are thrilled.
Just coming into the city was more annoying.
It kind of just seemed like a haphazard stopgap.
Congestion pricing is done, yes.
But New York Governor Kathy Hochul says Trump has overstepped his bounds.
I don't care if you love congestion pricing or hate it. This is an attack on our sovereign identity, our independence from Washington.
Hochul says, see you in court. The MTA is suing to keep the feds out of it. The judge is taking some time to decide whether or not the Justice Department will be allowed to drop corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. CBS's Scott McFarlane was at the hearing.
They argued this in synchronicity with each other, that this case is distracting the mayor from doing the job of mayor. The judge heard all this and recognized, I got 2 different people at the defense table and prosecutor's table arguing the same thing. There's nobody in this room representing the alleged victims of the crime, the taxpayers of the United States and New York. So he wants some time to look through this, to consider this unprecedented request.
Much of the country is waking up to freezing or sub-freezing temperatures and, in many cases, snow. One storm dropped 10 inches on Virginia Beach, the most it's gotten since 2010. CBS's Dave Malkoff is there.
The snow packed a punch in Virginia and snarling traffic leading to over 400 crashes, according to state police. In North Carolina, officials begged people to stay off the roads.
This will allow our crews to do their work.
In both states, dozens of schools are closed or going remote today to keep students safe. Across the central U.S., millions are suffering from record-breaking cold. In San Antonio, nonprofit groups were handing out warm clothes and food for people without shelter.
It's scary, especially, older people or people that don't have money to come make sure they're warm.
It's 4 past the hour.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Delta says it's offered to pay $30,000 to each of the 76 passengers who survived Monday's plane crash in Toronto, no strings attached. There are indications that not everyone is on board. 2 of the injured passengers have hired a Canadian law firm. Despite several recent incidents, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy tells CBS's Chris Van Cleve that he believes air travel is inherently safe.
If you get in a plane, if you look at how many people fly, how many flights we have, of course it's a safe space.
And yet we've had these 5 real high-profile incidents in the last 3 weeks. It leaves people wondering, what is going on?
Each one is very unique. And I do think as we look at the incidents or the crashes, it gives us an opportunity to say, what went wrong? What can we improve upon in the system off these crashes?
An 86-year-old white man who shot and wounded a 16-year-old African-American boy who had rung his doorbell was due to be sentenced in March. But days after he pled guilty, the shooter has died.
Prosecutors say Andrew Lester's attorneys informed them of his death. Lester, who was white, fired twice through his glass door at Ralph Yarl, saying he was terrified. His attorney said he was acting in self-defense. Yarl was 16 at the time and went to the wrong house to pick up his twin brothers. Yarl's family says another black child harmed by prejudice will never see the man who shot him face the full weight of the justice system. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Scientists are tracking an asteroid they say has a very slight chance of hitting the Earth in 8 years. Asteroid 2024 YR4 was discovered last year. The odds of it hitting the Earth and causing catastrophic damage have dropped dramatically since yesterday morning to about 1.5%, according to NASA. In Egypt, Egyptian and British archaeologists have discovered the first tomb of an ancient pharaoh since finding the resting place for Tutankhamun more than 100 years ago. The tomb of King Tutmosis is the last undiscovered tomb of the 18th Egyptian dynasty. Piers Litherland leads the team that found it.
When you come across something that you're not expecting to find, it's emotionally extremely sort of turbulent, really. And when I came out, my wife was waiting outside, and the only thing I could do was burst into tears.
The tomb was located in a resting place for royal women, but Litherland says the fact that it was decorated confirms it was the king's. Time on the roundup, 8 past the hour.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out.
Get the latest national news all day from CBS News Radio, right here on News Radio WGNS. I'm Steve Kathan. Now back to Brian, John, and Dalton for more of the Wake Up Crew.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian Barrett here with you at 7:09. You're listening into the Wake Up Crew from WGNS. More fun and information is straight ahead. Speaking of information, we've got to check on traffic and weather together, brought to you by Toots.
Hi, this is Nick Hayes with Toots Restaurants, and we want to thank you for 40 great years of good food and fun.
At Toots, we still have the same specials, the same quality, the same portion sizes, even after 40 years.
And we have the best kids menu in town.
And our family would like to thank this community for supporting Toots for 40 years.
Thank you for dining with us since 1985.
Thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you for dining with us for 40 years.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. A cold weather advisory continues early today, then goes in effect once again late tonight. Cloudiness early today, sunshine for this afternoon. Highs top out near 24 degrees. Wind chills early could get below 0. Winds north-northwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. And then tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies, diminishing winds and lows drop to 8 above. I'm Phil Jensko with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now it's 15.
We're excited to announce that Capstar Bank is now officially a division of Old National Bank. Old National Bank in Murfreesboro at 2230 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank, ready to serve you.
Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good morning. Wrapping up this wreck out in Rutherford County, 24 eastbound in Sam Ridley. We're really concerned about some of these back roads, side streets that still are ice-covered, snow-covered. Please be careful. If you have to get out and about, don't get too overconfident, or you'll end up in a ditch for sure as it tries to pick up on I-40 East through Kingston Springs, coming in right now from Dixon County, still in pretty good shape. Whether you need a new roof repair, roof inspection, call Independent Roofing Specialist, IRSroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hi, this is Stan with Parks Auction Company, and by now you've probably heard our commercials and know that we are committed to helping you increase your investments. Call 896-4600 to set an appointment with me or one of my team members. That's 896-4600. Parks Auction Company. We handle everything.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
Sun's rising high over that Tennessee land, where John Brown and Dalton lend a helping hand. Got my coffee strong, ready for the ride with the Wake Up Crew. I'll take it all in stride. Rise and shine, the morning's new. John Brown and Dalton are here for you with the Wake Up Crew. It's a brighter day.
This is the Wake Up Crew on News Radio WGNS with John Dinkins, Brian Barrett, and Dalton Barrett.
All right, friends, welcome back into the second hour of the Wake Up Crew. Tried to use some, opens that talked about the sun, wake up sunshine, open the 6 o'clock hour. This one talks about, watching the sun rise. Warm thoughts on this cold Thursday morning.
Well, it's not going to get warm until about Friday, so.
Yeah.
And that's not super warm, but I think about 38 or so.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
I'm really into this weather. Have you noticed that?
I have.
Yeah.
60 by Monday.
Been watching that one Rutherford weather app.
Some
weirdos on there talking about stupid cold or something.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like you,
It is pretty stupid, though, isn't it?
He looks a lot like you.
Uh-huh. Now that you think about it.
Now that I think about it, he looks a lot like you.
Now that you think about it, stupid cold is, it's pretty,
No, I don't like it at all.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid cold.
I did like Paul Hagen, though. Another guy bit the dust on Channel 4. Another guy, another meteorologist gone.
Cruz Medina?
Yeah, he's gone. Henry, what's his name's doing the Channel 5 stuff now. What's his name? Henry
Rothenberg?
Yeah. He's doing the late night right now.
Yeah.
I still think they'll add somebody.
Maybe, yeah.
Of course, they had 2 in the morning, but I think they like that having 2. I think what happened. I think Nikki D comes in early, and then he can sleep a little late. What's his name?
Leland.
Leland can sleep about an hour later. He comes in about 5:30. I think that's why they do that, really.
Well, and he's also the Talk of the Town host, too. So.
Well, she's got the 9 o'clock show.
Yeah.
She's on at 9 every morning. So, have you ever watched that 9 o'clock show?
I have not.
Yeah.
Usually tooling around here by that point.
I'm not big on local shows like Local on 2 and Talk of the Town. I don't think I've ever watched them much. I watched Local on 2, but some.
Talk of the Town has been on forever.
Oh, yeah. You remember when Debbie, I can't think of her last name.
Debbie Allen.
Debbie Allen. She was on it. She was great.
Yeah.
I mean, and Harry Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
He was on it. I guess Harry's still alive, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
I saw Chris Clark the other day. Didn't recognize him hardly.
Yeah.
But he does. He's a professor at MTSU, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another, I guess. Well, maybe it was on at the same time, but there used to be a Channel 4 midday show.
The noon show.
Yeah. Teddy Bart used to host that, I think, didn't he?
Judd Collins, then Teddy Bart. Yeah. Yeah, they had music in it.
Yeah.
It was kind of a takeoff on the Ralph Emery show.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit like it, but they had more news and stuff.
Yeah. The later iterations of that after Teddy Bart, I can't remember who did that, but Charlie Chase, I think, was on there.
Yeah.
At one time.
Yeah. Then of course, he started with the Nashville Network, didn't he? Charlie Chase.
TNN
channel. He was with WSM, but he also did TNN and
I think they
Crook
were
and Chase.
Yeah, they were connected for a long time.
There goes we just did. You know what we just
Throwback
did?
Thursday.
Throwback Thursday. Sure did.
But yeah, TNN and Channel 4, I mean, it was all kind of Opry. It was all kind of related.
Yeah.
WSM, WSMV, that kind of thing.
Now it's all news.
Yeah.
24/7 almost.
I saw in, what market was it? I can't remember which TV market it was in, but they are adding a 30-minute weather program. So it's just going to be 30 minutes of the weather. Local. Yeah,
not around here.
No, it was somewhere up north, I think.
Well,
but
that's what people want to know.
That's an interesting concept, you know, to do a whole half hour of weather. It's like at 4:30, so they have news until 4:30, and then it's just all weather for a half an hour before another newscast.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm not digging all the news though. I'm overwhelmed. It just keeps coming at you. I understand why they do it, and I understand it's cheaper and that kind of thing, but it just...
Well, they're struggling with viewership, too, I think.
I mean, I used to watch The Adventures of Superman at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You still can.
Not Lydia Fielder.
Yeah. But you can. You can watch Adventures of Superman now.
Lydia Fielder's a good broadcaster.
She's Channel 4?
Yeah, she's good. I like the Weekend Girl on that was on the weekend. Now, they had a new one on this past weekend, but there was a blonde lady that did it. She's really good. That took
on Channel 4,
the evening news place, Channel 5.
Yeah,
took that place, and I don't know whether she was just off that weekend or she's pretty good. They're all pretty good. Go ahead and do your thing. I know we've talked too long.
This last Saturday, I saw Channel 5 news, so I was curious to know whether that was the same person.
No, that's not it.
She kind of struggled.
She struggled, yeah.
Quite a bit.
Didn't know when to take a break and look at the camera wrong, yeah.
Prompter.
I think it was her first actual.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Must have been. So our song of the day this week, we are looking at the top Russell the Chicken songs on his brand new album, and this is a great cover of Madonna's Like a Prayer. Man, doesn't that just get you all fired up right there?
Uh-huh.
Got good harmonies coming in here in a second. So tomorrow we'll wrap up the top songs on Russell's new album.
That may be Madonna's best song.
You think so?
I like it better than any of them, I think.
Never was really a big fan of hers.
No. The song she sings for the Women's League baseball thing, that movie, League of Their Own, that theme song was probably the prettiest song she's ever done.
Maybe so. Hey, Sports Check coming up for you right now.
This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
The Los Angeles Lakers fall to the Charlotte Hornets 100-97. Charlotte improves to 5-19 on the road. In the win, Miles Bridges had 29 points. LaMelo Ball had 27. Former Laker, after the rescinded trade back to Charlotte, Mark Williams had 10 in 29 minutes of action. LeBron James had 26 points to lead Los Angeles. He also added 11 assists and 2 blocks. Luka Doncic in 33 minutes of action was 5 for 18 from the floor, 1 for 9 from 3, 14 points on the night, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. 15th-ranked Missouri upset 4th-ranked Alabama 110-98. 17th-ranked Kentucky beat Vanderbilt 82-61. 10th-ranked St. John's beat DePaul 82-58. And the number one team in the nation will remain that way. The Auburn Tigers stave off Arkansas and John Calipari 67-60 in SEC play.
Shopping for your DIY projects, odds are at the Habitat Restore.
We got it. If you have a painting project going on, we have plenty of paint supplies. Come see us here at the Habitat Restore. Find it at the Restore. If you need batteries, come to the Restore. We got it at the Habitat Restore.
850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Remember, we got it today at the Habitat Restore, but it may be gone tomorrow.
We got it, yeah.
At Heritage South Community Credit Union, you won't find crazy promotions with pages of requirements. You won't find endless phone trees with computer voices. You won't find an out-of-state bank focused on turning a profit. Instead, we help when others won't. We've been doing that for our community since we started in a pencil factory in Shelbyville almost 70 years ago. If you're tired of big banks, it's time to try your local community credit union. Visit heritagesouth.org to learn more. Insured by NCUA.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
When the unexpected happens, fire, water, or storm damage, Farrah Construction can help. Farrah Construction is also there to help when a car slams through the wall, and that seems to happen more often these days. I'm Ron Hall. Let our family at Farrah Construction help you. Call Farrah Construction and we'll board up, put down tarps, secure your home or business until the insurance coverage is approved. I'm Ron Hall. Shop local. Let our family business help you. Farrah Construction Company.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett. Weekday mornings at 10.
WGNS, your good neighbor station.
Rutherford County's place to talk.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
Back here on the Wake Up Crew, 7:22 our time. We head over to the villages of Murfreesboro this morning. Sandy Freeman is there. She is the Memory Care Clinical Director. And a very interesting subject. So if you have a family member that has, memory issues, maybe dementia, Alzheimer's, this is going to be a segment for you to learn some very important information. Miss Sandy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. It is good to have you with us today. We are going to kind of tackle some things that you shouldn't say to someone who maybe has memory issues. Kind of tell us about that.
So, something I've noticed with the family members in our community, as we're all getting educated on this subject of dementia, is things that they're saying to their loved one, and things that we should not say. So I wanted to kind of go over, if you have a loved one with dementia, these are things that could trigger them to have behaviors or to get upset, and try to avoid it, and maybe a better way to reword things.
Okay, so maybe hit us with the first one.
All right. So the very first one I would say is saying, remember when? And I know we want to say that to our loved ones, remember when Dad did this or Mom did this, or you remember when our dog did this or did that. But the problem is they most likely probably do not remember, or they don't remember it as well as you do and able to tell in great details. So it kind of highlights the fact that they have memory problems.
Very interesting.
And that can get them agitated.
I mean, and you would think that would be a way to maybe help them, to remember things, but it can also, bring up memories that sometimes maybe aren't as positive and things like that. So that's really interesting.
For sure. And a better way to do it would be saying, I remember when.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying, you remember, I remember when this happened. So that way, if they don't remember, you're not highlighting that they don't remember. You're stating you remember.
Sure. What else you have there?
Sure. The second one is, I've already told you that. When they ask you, where is my room, or where's my car, or where's my this or that, getting frustrated and saying, well, I've already told you that, and yes, you may have to answer the same question several times, but you just have to gather your patience and try to keep your frustration under control and answer those questions. Just continue to answer it. If they repeat a question, just answer it the same that you did the first time. Never say, I've told you this, I've told you that. One of the big ones that would be the third one is your brother, your aunt, your mom is dead. Telling them, reminding them, they don't remember past bereavements. Most of the time they don't remember. A lot of times in the community, we'll have a lady in her 90s and she'll say, my mom brought me here and these type things. You never remind them that their mom or that their loved one has passed. I've seen it a lot where a family member will say, Dad has died. And they're like, they're in shock. And then they have to relive those very painful memories over and over again. And while that is our reality and we know that person has passed, they do not. So let's not remind them over and over again. And that's something that's very common.
That is very interesting. And I'm sure that a lot of people do that. So what would you do, if they said, how's Aunt Sally? How would you reply to that if Aunt Sally had passed away years ago?
Sure. And what you want to do is almost encourage them to talk about that person. Talk about memories of the person as opposed to whether that person is alive or not. That's kind of irrelevant in their mind because in their mind, they're alive. So talk about the good memories. Talk about, oh, yeah, and then let them tell you a story. Focus on that part of the conversation as opposed to knowing that this person is dead. If they say, Aunt Sally came to visit us, blah, blah, blah. We've got a lady that believes that she's in her 50s. And her mother is constantly taking her to work. We're just like, oh, really? Your mom's nice and all this, you just have to go with it. And try to encourage them the positive memories.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, Sandy, some very interesting information today. I appreciate you sharing it with our listeners.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Sandy Freeman, Memory Care Clinical Director at the Villages of Murfreesboro. They're located at 2550 Willow Oak Trail, right between Medical Center Parkway and Wilkinson Pike. Also online at thevillagesmurfreesboro.com.
There are places where people talk, and then there are places that people talk about. News Radio WGNS is both on air, online, and on the phone.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, the lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel in Murfreesboro.
Hear our sermons on WGNS every Sunday night at 7:30.
Everyday life, never take it for granted.
Visit Holy Hill Chapel, TN.org to hear our podcast.
It's a blessing.
Is your saving for retirement strategy involving the phrase, I'll get around to it someday? If so, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and when it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side. And there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Give us a call, Lee Colvin, at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Residents at the Villages of Murfreesboro say it best.
Well, the one thing, my mom loves to golf, and they have a little putting green out here. And like she said, she went to Bell Buckle, and they go out and have lunches. So there's enough for her to do. And to be real honest, it helps me because then I don't have to be here 24/7. So I encourage the families to get involved as well, which I think is very important.
I'm Hope Rogers. Visit the Villages of Murfreesboro. I'd love to give you a tour. The Villages of Murfreesboro is located at 2550 Willow Oak Trail.
For 20 years, Jeff's family-friendly restaurant has been the place where comfort food meets great company.
Food is great. Just gave me too much.
They season it well and give you enough that you don't have to worry about going away hungry.
Jeff's is open every day except Tuesday from 11 to 6 and Sundays 11 to 5. You can find them at 467 South Hancock Street just off MLK Boulevard.
I love it. The friendly hometown service. The food's great.
Come taste tradition at Jeff's Family Friendly Restaurant.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, MTE Sharing Change has now donated more than $11 million to local nonprofits, assisting worthy causes in our community. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
7:30 here from the Wake Up Crew on News Radio WGNS. Thanks for being with us here this morning.
And happy birthday this morning to David White, Joseph Pitts, Terry Beasley, Tim Renshaw, Bobby Hillis, and Pam Melendez.
Those are the names we had coming into the morning on the Slick Pig Barbecue Birthday Club. If you have called or texted in already this morning, we've got them. Don't worry. We're going to announce in about a half an hour all of the names collected. Also, if you have not called or texted in just yet and you know someone you want to put on the list here for this February 20th, better get it in. Now's your deadline on the Slick Pig Barbecue Birthday Club this morning.
The Murfreesboro Special Census takes just 2 minutes and brings millions in funding to the city. Fill out a mailer you received or visit murfreesborocensus.com. Firefighters are also knocking on doors to help Murfreesboro grow. murfreesborocensus.com.
Traffic and weather together, then our Throwback Thursday coming up.
Checking your Rutherford County weather. A cold weather advisory continues early today, then goes in effect once again late tonight. Cloudiness early today, sunshine for this afternoon. Highs top out near 24 degrees. Wind chills early could get below zero. Winds north-northwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. And then tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies, diminishing winds and lows drop to 8 above. I'm Phil Jensko with your Wake Up Crew forecast. Right now it's 15.
Good morning. Clearing up that wreck we had earlier in Rutherford County, 24 eastbound at Sam Ridley. Now it's trying to build a little bit more in the last few minutes, coming down 65 as you come past Vietnam Vets. Now we've had some accidents north of Nashville a little bit earlier. We're still really concerned about some of these side streets, back roads that are either still snow covered with most likely a lot of ice underneath that as it tries to pick up through Kingston Springs in the last few minutes, 40 east coming in from Dixon County. Hey, whether you need a new roof, roof repair, roof inspection, independent roofing specialist, check them out online, irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
A cold weather advisory through 10 a.m. Central Time with dangerously low temperatures. Drivers are urged to use caution on the roads.
Now on News Radio WGNS, it's your Snow Patrol report.
For the latest on schools and business closings, we turn it over to WGNS's Brian Barrett for updates.
Well, Rutherford County schools will remain closed on Thursday. The central office is also closed, and 12-month school-based certified employees do not report. Also, the extracurricular activities postponed. Thursday night's school board meeting will be rescheduled to Monday. Now, the Murfreesboro City Schools will be closed on Thursday as well. The ESP will open up at their designated inclement weather sites with modified hours. We have extended coverage of those two closings on our website. Other schools that will be closed: Providence Christian Academy, Bill Rice Academy, Redeemer Classical Academy. Lancaster Christian Academy will open 2 hours late, and Lancaster Early Learning Centers opening at 9 a.m. And the Circuit Court Clerk, Melissa Harrell, confirms that due to inclement weather, anyone scheduled for jury orientation Thursday does not report. The new date is Thursday, February 27th, instead of this Thursday. You can check out more closings on the website. Dalton, back over to you.
That's all for now. For updates on closings and cancellations, be sure to check out our website, WGNSradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and X. I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and I'll talk to you later.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
All right, guys, it's Scott. If you're feeling tired, lacking motivation and drive, gaining weight, or noticing a loss of muscle mass, these could all be signs of low testosterone. Don't wait. Find out now. At Low T Center here in Murfreesboro on Medical Center Parkway, they make it easy to get your levels checked. And with their on-site lab, you'll get those results back in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is not a typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone with customized therapy, or TRT, for each patient. The experts at Low T Center have over a decade of experience experience helping patients achieve life-changing results. And most health insurance is accepted for treatment. For established patients with stable T levels, they also offer a convenient physician-monitored self-inject treatment plan that ships directly to your home each month without the need to come into the office for weekly visits. And at Low T Center, you can also get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. Yep, you can lose weight. Get back to your best. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Find it at the Restore, yeah.
Welcome to the Restore. What are you looking for today?
Do you have any area rugs?
We got it. And all of our lighting is 50% off here at the Restore.
Find it at the Restore.
If you need trim or molding, come on down here to see us at the Restore.
The Habitat Restore at 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Murfreesboro.
Remember, we got it today, but it may be gone tomorrow. Find it at the Restore, yeah.
The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
It's 7:35. It's a Thursday morning, so it means it's Throwback Thursday.
Do you remember these?
So on this Throwback Thursday, we are going to play some of the jingles or commercials from different eras. We're going to go to the 1950s, some of the top TV jingles from the 50s. And let's start off with Double Your Pleasure, Double Your Fun.
Here's a tip you'll appreciate. It pays to have a smile that's bright, to help you look and feel just right.
Double your pleasure, double your fun with double double mint gum.
So Double Mint Gum, classic jingle.
That was classic.
So what they would do in those commercials in the early days, especially, is they would start off with one person, and then their twin would come on to do the double mint as double. So that catchy tune stayed for many, many years.
Yeah, I always had twins for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for double mint. What about A Little Dab'll Do Ya?
Oops. Now there's a happy accident. An accident that could lead to opportunity. But then he had to take off his hat. And uh-oh, poor guy. Dry, lifeless hair can take the fun out of your life, but you can put it back with Brill Cream. With Brill Cream, a little dab'll do you. Watch Brill Cream put life in dry hair and fun back into your life. Brill Cream gives your hair that look the ladies love.
Excitingly clean, disturbingly healthy.
That was obviously very big in the 50s and 60s,
well,
too, I guess.
People used to wear hats. Men used to wear hats all the time, and they'd get their hair messed up so they could just take a little dab of Brill Cream and flip their hand through it and be right back to where it was.
And so did you carry the Brill Cream
I
with
wasn't
you?
there.
Well, I mean, is that how they did it, or did that mean when you put the hat on, you took the hat off, it was fine? The hair?
Both.
Okay, I gotcha.
I think sometimes people had it in their car, really.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Take it with them, yeah.
Campbell Soup was obviously very big in the day. So here's their classic 50s ad.
Have you had your soup today? Campbell's, of course. Campbell's, of course. Have you had your soup today? Campbell's tastes good. Good. Have Campbell's every day. You get vitamins that way. Proteins and minerals, too. For breakfast or for lunch, for dinner or for brunch. Once a day, every day have soup. Campbell, have you had your soup today?
Now, one thing I kind of disagree with is breakfast, really?
Yeah.
Do they have breakfast soups?
No,
I mean,
no.
Okay.
No.
But have you had your soup today? That was a jingle that
And
they
back
used
then
in the
it was
50s.
like chicken noodle and tomato. That was it. You didn't have all these varieties.
Yeah. Now there's
cream of chicken,
hundreds.
Bean with bacon, and all that.
Yeah. So you've mentioned this many times before on the show. I think it's even part of Today in History or celebrity birthdays or something. But see the USA in your Chevrolet.
Hi there. What a wonderful time for you to drop by. You know, they're just setting up to shoot a scene of our new star, and I'd love to introduce you before they begin. Honestly, we're all just bursting with excitement about this brilliant new performer. We think this one will not only win every award, hands down, but it's just going to win the hearts of people all over the country.
So now this was part of the Dinah Shore show?
Uh-huh. That's her talking.
Okay. And so they did, there was a jingle with that, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. See if I can find that part of it.
USA in your Chevrolet.
America is asking you to call.
Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all.
So apparently that lasted for several eras.
At least a
years.
decade.
Yeah. See your Chevrolet in the USA, or see the USA in your Chevrolet. Yeah. And
America is asking you to call.
Finally,
Drainage trouble in your home? Get Roto.
from the 30s
Scope sewer lines
to the 40s to the 50s,
Rooter is quick first aid for clogged sewers and stopped up drains. The wonderful Roto Rooter machine twists and turns and shaves lines.
Roto-Rooter's been at it for a long, long time.
That's for sure.
Some of the biggest jingles of the 50s.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
Hi, I'm Lee Colvin, your Edward Jones financial advisor. And while you've heard the saying, slow and steady wins the race, that same concept can be applied to long-term investing. Investing a little bit at a time on a regular basis can really add up. We call this systematic investing, and though it doesn't guarantee a profit or prevent a loss, it's a way to take advantage of market volatility instead of enduring it. Give me a call, Lee Colvin, at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Murfreesboro residents, did you know our city could receive $175 per person each year in state funding? That's why it's important to participate in the special census. This is Mayor Shane McFarland. Listing everyone in your household helps us qualify for more funding to improve roads, parks, and other services. Complete the form online at murfreesborocensus.com or use the prepaid envelope you'll receive in the mail.
Count me in.
Hey, count me in.
And count me in too.
No new taxes, no cost to you, just more to Murfreesboro. Visit murfreesborocensus.com.
Turn to Turner Security.
Hey, it's Brian Barrett. Here at the radio station, we needed a security solution to keep the staff safe while also giving us some flexibility with guests entering the building. I've tried to find a solution for years, met countless representatives, and they all said it can't be done. That is, until I turned to Turner Security. Not only is it done, it's done right. For your home or business, take it from me. Turner Security is the only place I'd turn.
Turn to Turner Security. The Wake Up Crew, WGNS.
With Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and Dalton Barrett.
Time to wrap up the show here for this Thursday morning. We've got Swap and Shop, Action Line, Roundtable, Rutherford Issues, all straight ahead here on News Radio WGNS, so be sure to hang in with us for that. We're saluting Johnny and Melissa Kincaid today as the good neighbors of the day for keeping Bud's Tire, a locally owned and operated business. Here's wishing them much success as the new owners of Bud's Tire out on the Old Woodbury Highway. Johnny and Melissa Kincaid receiving flowers from Jenny Harrison and everybody at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts. And News Radio, WGNS, the good neighbor of the day today. Simply text neighbor to 615-893-1450 to nominate a good neighbor of the day, or go to WGNSradio.com/good neighbor to get those in to us. And Wake Up Crew, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric through Sharing Change, MTE, has contributed over $11 million to local nonprofits supporting meaningful causes right here in our community. You can learn more about Sharing Change and participate if you like. SharingChange.org.
Time for the dad joke of the day. Replay.
Well, you know, I met a lumberjack this past weekend, and he told me he's cut down 1,718 trees. And I was like, how do you know how many trees you cut down? Apparently, keeps a log.
Replay.
That was good.
That had minimal outside participation in that one. You just kind of had to get it out there.
I did a brief pause. I didn't really say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess it up like I did that other one that time.
Yeah.
So I just kind of held it. You did all right. Made it through.
Well, what are some of the things that we learned today?
Oh, what did we learn today? Well, we learned that it's weather's cold.
Stupid cold.
Yeah. We talked about the NFL draft. The Titans have the number 1 pick. Don't know what they're going to do.
They'll blow it.
Wow.
They always do.
And we talked about meteorologists that are leaving again. Cruz Medina.
Yeah.
Is leaving.
Apparently he's going back home. I think home is North Carolina.
Yeah, he's got a job up there, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
So-
good. I thought he was leaving without a job, so.
So Channel 4 will have to find another weather person. So,
yeah.
A lot of changes lately.
A ton.
Yeah, it's just really, it's really surprising.
It really started back in November with Neil Oren, who was actually on the roundtable earlier this week.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was really good. Could have talked another hour. I wish they would have just expanded it because they weren't going to interrupt anything.
It's mean.
Well, they could have gone to 10:30 or 10:25.
Yeah.
You know, because you wouldn't lose your interview time.
I guess that's true, but
I'm surprised you didn't.
maybe
I really
they'll
am.
I think they'll have him back. He's. I don't know if you knew this about him or not, but he's been the MC at the Wings of Freedom Fish Fry for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to continue in that role. And he's made some good friends at the Smyrna Rotary. So
Kind of seemed like a down-to-earth guy.
He really was.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
He spoke to you, and that means he really was down-to-earth.
You know, his humor and wit came across on the air, but it's natural for him.
Mhm.
It's not fake.
It's kind of like me, isn't it? I mean, doesn't he remind you of me a lot? My natural wit and charm.
What else did we learn?
I think that was all I've got.
Yeah,
we did a throwback.
Yeah, we looked at listened to some 1950s TV jingles. So, kind of going away from those a little bit. I wish we'd get back to jingles. I like jingles.
Yeah, I know. I like TV theme songs too.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what we learned today here on the Wake Up Crew. And if you missed part of the show,